Greetings, grasshoppers. Why do your clients want personalization? That is our quest today, to find out the answer to that question. Basically, why is it important? Why do you need to think about adding this? Let me just back that up. Why do you need to add it? And how can you do that? If you don't know me, my name is RJ Redden, and this is the Bot Signal. And entrepreneurs hire me to skyrocket their marketing message because most feel like they are shouting into a black hole. They're not getting traction online, and they're a carbon copy of everybody else. So, I create epic engagement experiences that get people to click that button, connect with you, and convert like crazy. Bottom line, if you want your business to fly, probably should take the woman in the cape. So, we're going to talk about personalization today. To me, this is so vitally important to marketing. And I know that a lot of methods that we have, nowadays, the set it and forget it funnel, the set it and forget it email blast, all of that kind of thing, it takes a lot less work to do, right? It takes a lot less work to just do an email, blast it to everybody. I get it. And I've been there and I've done that. Trust me, I have. But the thing is, if we don't take the time to get to know our clients, somebody else is going to do that. This personalization thing is not new. The other principles that I talk about all the time on this show, the gamification and the, asking people enough questions, that stuff too, it's all about getting into a conversation and really connecting with another human being. That other human being on the other side of the screen. We are not talking to computers. I am not talking to clicks right now. I'm talking to humans. I am connecting with humans. And the more that you can tailor some responses. Hey, Ashen Row Cooking Show. Good to see you. Glad to see you here today. We're talking about personalization in your marketing, which as a budding YouTube channel, it's good to know these things. So, personalization in marketing. Why do people want it? Okay, got a story for you. You knew I had a story for you, right? I've got a story for you about this was a long time ago, in a land far from here, but it was a town newspaper. Okay, the story is about a town newspaper, and so just try to imagine it if you've never seen one before. It was a newspaper in about a medium-sized town, and I'd say, well, medium-sized town. I'd say 5,000 to 10,000 people probably. And they have a little newspaper. This guy takes it over because it's going broke. So he takes it over, and within like 2 years, the paper is completely thriving. Everybody's buying it. Folks want to know what's going on in the town, all of that kind of stuff. How did he do that? He pointed his success toward one thing. When he started, he instructed all of the reporters to be sure to mention people's names a whole lot in the stories, featuring people in the town a whole lot. Now, why did this work? Why did this work for him? What was awesome about this? Why do we care? Because seeing people seeing their own name in print, people seeing their picture, that motivates them to want to buy into something. It motivates them. It makes them go, wow, this is really cool. And so when you use a person's name, it's a really powerful thing. Okay. Now, I'm not talking about just, hey, put the hi insert name here into the email. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about using their name and getting more information about that human so that you can connect on a real basis instead of on a superficial basis. That's what we have been relegated to for so many years. Superficial contact with people. Superficial, I'm going to get your name and email address. And because you clicked here, then I think that you're interested in absolutely everything that I have to sell. And I'm going to stuff your inbox until you just either unsubscribe or you roll over and buy from me. It's time for this to end. It's time for the concept of more to end. Use that concept of more to get to know the people that are listening to you, that are watching you, that are on your list, that are in your community somewhere. Let's make it happen there. Let's get to know them more. Now, I know that the systems in order to be able to do this, namely bots, but there are some other systems as well. The systems to be able to do this are, kind of not really even thought about, not even really known about. Let me tell you, I spend my whole days looking at those systems. Looking at, okay, how can you get the kind of information that you need to make a decision on if this person is even going to be interested in what you have or not, or what they're going to be interested in if they are going to be interested in you, so that I can put the right offer in front of the right people at the right time. Not just any offer, not just every offer going out to everybody. Who would be interested in this? How much would they be interested in this? When would they be ready to bite off on that project? To when would they be ready to jump in the pool on those services that you're offering? And you can think about this as, a lot of people think about their ideal client, right? So when is that ideal client? I don't have one ideal client in mind. I have several with different personalities, because that's how clients come. They don't, there's no way they all come with one personality. There's no way they all come. Not every person shows up at my doorstep ready to buy, but that's okay. That's okay, because I've got stuff to entertain them along the way. I've got stuff to help build that relationship even when they're not ready, so that when they are ready, I am there. It takes a while. It takes a while to shift this mindset from got to get them to buy or else they're not worth it to me to get to know, to the opposite. If they're going to be clients of yours, they're worth getting to know before they buy anything. Because believe me, knowing who you're dealing with when somebody hires you, even if it's for a class, even if it's for an online class where you're not really going to touch them again, you need to know them before they do this. Not only will it tell you who to look for in the future, which is really great information. You don't want to be guessing at that information, but it will also tell you who they are. It will also provide you an expectation of where might this person go next. If they take this class, where are they going next? Is there a channel for them to swim in after the class? Because to me, I don't want to end it at the sale of one class. I don't want to sell 1 billion of my classes and then just leave it out there. I want to continue to develop a relationship with those people. Now, most of my courses, I will say, most of my courses, they contain a group component, unless you're really taking a one-off. That there's a group component in there, and for me, that's definitely where I get to know some of them. But I also know by the marketing that I do, I know who it is that's taking the class. I know what they're into. I know what they're up against, and I know that I can help them. Or I know that, there are some things I'm going to need to refer off to friends who do things similar to what I do, but maybe do it in a different way, or, anything like that. So, in essence, create a bunch of referrals, which also gives you business in the future. This way of looking at business is much more about growing a garden than it is about reaping the benefits of, selling a billion t-shirts overnight. I'm not in this, the transactional experience, which is what a lot of modern marketing is focused on. It's focused on that transactional experience. Some people really love that, and that is great for them, isn't it? Bully for them. Let's celebrate that. Fantastic, fantastic. What I'm talking about, though, is not just a simple transactional experience. Let's let the balls fall here. All right, I'm back. The transactional experience is a short-term thing, and some people really thrive on that. Some people thrive on selling a bunch of things on Amazon and different things that their business is built on. They're volume folks, you know. I This is a story. Welcome to it. This story happened about 10 years ago. I was working with a bakery here in Omaha. I was working with them on some of their marketing stuff, and that thing always had a line out the door. Really nice baked goods. Thinking about them right now. I'm just going to take a drink of coffee and think about that right now. They were beautiful. These baked goods were beautiful. And he was selling them at like 50 cents. I mean, he was the person, the owner was like, no, we're a volume business. We want to serve as many people as we possibly can. And he was set up to do so. He's not the expensive donut guy. He is the nexus of fast, easy, and inexpensive. This guy right here, and that was the first time I'd really run into the volume business. But I began to see how beneficial that is. But here's the thing: most of us aren't volume businesses, are we? Most of us, especially coaches, course creators, we would love to have a lot of clients, but really, what do we need? What do we need to be able to scale up to whatever that next level for us is? What is it that we need? For me, I don't need that many people to keep this ship rolling. I need people that I love and love thinking about how to solve their problems. And I love people I can relate to, all of that kind of stuff. And then I've got, I'm starting to have a plethora of little classes out there, which are pretty cool too. Um, the thing is, focus on what you want. If you want is a volume business, maybe personalization isn't for you, and that's pretty much not what your clients want either. Really. If you're an Amazon seller, if you're selling umbrellas, if you're doing stuff like that, personalization, a tiny bit will let you go a long way. But if you really want to make an impact, if you really want to if you really want to transform the lives of your clients, personalization is how you're going to do that. This is what I mean by that, by the way, offering people a personal journey through your stuff, a journey where they have a choice on what they're going to consume next. A journey where they can ask questions anytime they want. A journey where they can get an interaction even from the very first time that they have guided. So, and when they're guiding the experience, when they're choosing which way to go along that path, they're getting the best value out of it automatically because they already know the value that they want. With traditional marketing, often we're guessing at the value people want. Sometimes we use data to guess at that. Sometimes we just throw spaghetti at the wall. It depends on what kind of person you are, right? But we're guessing. When I put out a bot, I have gone down every single trail that I think that first time client might go down. I've gone down every trail. I've sought out every single thing that I think that they're going to want or need or have a problem with. And when I can do that and I follow wherever, when I go back and I look and I see where did Joe Smith go inside this bot, I can see what Joe Smith values. I can see what Joe Smith wants. And I can know that Joe Smith is getting to his value faster than anything because he's been able to make some choices down the line. So personalization. Why do people want this? Because there's not enough time in the world to do anything these days. And there's certainly not enough time in the world to hear somebody do a pitch before you're ready to hear it. No. Pitching is learning how to pitch. Jane M. Powers is my coach. I will introduce you. She is the best in the world. Learning how to do a pitch, but also learning when that needs to come. When does that offer need to come? It's not in the first 10 seconds, everybody. It's not hitting your website up, starting to read an article, and then getting an advertisement for your newsletter in my face. No. I don't even know you yet. I don't even know you. So, personalization is all about developing a relationship. It's why when you meet somebody for the second or third time, you jog your memory and try to remember, okay, what do they do for a living? Do they have a family? Do you remember any names? It's why we do that, because we want to pick up that conversation where we left it off. Why aren't we thinking about the same thing in our marketing? No one trains us to. It's all about set it and forget it. Well, it's time to forget that. that whole thing. Hey, Lee, good to see you. Glad you're here, my friend. Personalization, why people want it. So first, there's not enough time in the world to listen to somebody pitch to you when you've just met. Secondly, people want a choice. People want a choice about what they hear about. People want to be able to choose the road that they're going to go down with you. And it's a journey you make together. Personalization makes people feel seen, heard, and cared about. Why am I raising my thumb every time, everybody? I don't even know why, but personalization makes people feel seen, heard, and cared about. Would you rather your clients felt that way? Or your pre-clients, let's say? Would you like your pre-clients to feel that way? I know I would. And when I'm doing that boring, alienating thing that everybody does, which is just blast people until they're tired, then that's a problem. You're not making them feel seen, heard, and cared about at all. Lee, personalization is super important, and it's how we build relationships. Well, let's just make that our third point today, and let's celebrate your comment there. It is how we build relationships. For me, I serve a lot of coaches and course creators because that's what we do. In fact, I want my marketing to filter out anyone who isn't going to enjoy the fact that I wear a cape. And I want it to filter out anyone who is like, no, I like clicks more. I just like clicks more. That's wonderful. That's wonderful, but that's not what I'm about. I do my best to be the genuine, this is RJ. This is RJ every day. This is who you get when I wake up in the morning. This is who you get when I go to bed at night. This is who I am, and this is how I work. And putting myself out there authentically and using bots and other mechanisms to help qualify the people that come to me makes it so that, my meetings today are so productive because it's about building on a relationship that I already have. It's not about meeting people for the first time. Hey, they already know me. And if they've been through my bots, I already know them. And so, how can we take that and make that our marketing mindset? How do we get to know them and then make them a client? Instead of they buy first and then I'll bother to get to know them. No, it's not the way, my friends. It's no longer the way. It's been the way for a long time, but it's time for that to change. And who better to change it than you and I? I don't even know. I don't even know. So you're so fun. Oh, thank you. I like being fun. Let's celebrate having a little fun with our marketing. Let's celebrate that concept because not everybody is on board all the time. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people want to be super serious, and I get that. But for me, it is about having fun. It is about having fun. I was talking about this in my group the other day. There's a TED Talk out there. You can look it up. It is called the Super Mario Effect. And in the middle of this TED Talk, this guy says, okay, so here's a quiz where you're asked a question, and you have to, you're given the direction of push this here, push this there, push that there. And then, if you do all of that right, you get a good score on this quiz. Take that very idea, flip it around, make it a game, and people will push those buttons in that order that you wanted them to do. One of these is a test, and one of these is something that is fun. One of these is something that that people want to do, that are driven to do, sometimes again and again and again. So anyway, I got off track there, but you're used to me doing that, I hope. Tomorrow on this show, I am interviewing a super important person. He is great. He is awesome. He's a copywriter. You guys, copywriters, their job is so important, but sometimes people think it's the least important thing, or they know they want to write their own copy, or things happen and they go, I can just, people redo their websites all the time. And when I used to be a website designer, this happened to me all the time. People would want to redo their website, and I would show them a whole different, look for their website, a whole different feel, and yet they'd want to drag the old copy over and just copy and paste it into the new website. You know what that's like? That's like when you move houses and you've got a bunch of boxes in the attic from that you haven't opened in many years, but you're sure they're still important, so you go ahead and you move it to the attic of the next house. It's like dragging unopened boxes to the next house with you. Copywriters open those boxes. Copywriters make you shine. In a way that I have often found writing my own copy does not make me shine, because I don't have the tendency to blow my own horn. So copywriters, super important people. And tomorrow we're going to have an awesome guy on the show. His name is Norm Jones. He is so super fun. Yes, I do yell Norm every time I see him. He's going to be with us on the show tomorrow. So if you're interested in learning a little bit about copywriting, he's going to be stopping by and showering with us with some of his hard-won knowledge. And of course, Friday, we're going to have Friday Wins. So that's kind of it for me today. Just wanted to get on and talk about why your clients think personalization is important. It's not something that they vocalize except when they're experiencing personalization, when they're experiencing getting to make choices, when they know that they're an individual that you know because your bots greet them that way. Um, it makes a huge difference in how many people actually want to go forward with a meeting or a service or a class. Writing my own sales copy is torture. I know what you mean. It's like digging my eye out with a dull spoon. I just don't want to do it. I don't want to do it. Here's what I end up doing, Lee. I end up just sanitizing everything and making it official. It just makes me seem official. Wow. I have to give that up. That's not going to fly, my friend, because I am everything but that in my personality. So I know what you mean, and that's certainly why I have my copy done by someone else, because they know how to toot my horn better than I do, and I'm just going to let them do that. So anyway, we're having Norm on tomorrow. Thank you for coming today and hanging out with me. I do have the best audience in the whole world, and I want you to have a wonderful day. I will see you in a bot.